Hey everybody, well, once again doing another video. This one's going to be about NXT. And after watching last night's NXT special, NXT TakeOver Rival, which I will get to in a little bit, I have to say, NXT has really become such a great, um, substitute for WWE because a lot of people have been wondering if there was another wrestling organization they could watch that wasn't WWE. I mean, years ago we had alternatives. We had ECW, we had WCW, and we had WWE. But when both those organizations, WCW and ECW, closed their doors, we were left with just WWE. Now we had other promotions as well, but they were not as big as WWE. It wasn't until TNA came around that it we did have an alternative, but after a while, TNA just started to go downhill. So we were left with WWE again. But NXT, now that it's been very successful the last, I think, 3 years since it was given a rebirth. I think it has become a the future for WWE. Maybe even a to replace maybe Raw and SmackDown. It would not surprise me if they did that. So what is NXT for those who don't know? Well, NXT first appeared in February of 2010 after ECW, which was brought back to life under the banner of WWE back in 2005. It was it didn't feel like the same old ECW. At least after they went PG and things just started to go downhill for ECW. So after it closed down and was replaced with NXT, it didn't start out as a what we know now. It actually started off as a competition show, kind of like WWE's Tough Enough, except you have 8 young wrestlers all trying to gain a contract for WWE. They were all given pros who were part of the main roster, and they would all try to help these young talents get over and get the crowd behind them. Each week, one would be eliminated. That would be decided by the fans and the pros who would decide who gets eliminated. Now, season 1 to 3 weren't bad. I actually enjoyed NXT's the talents that they got for this competition. After that, NXT just started to go downhill, especially with the idiocy they threw into this. I mean, what I thought NXT was going to be, I thought it was going to be like what we have now, a new brand that would replace ECW. Instead, it was a competition show, like I said, that had stupid obstacle courses, that had stupid contests for these guys to perform, and it was just ridiculous. And I felt bad for these talents because they really had a lot of great talents, but they kept fucking up, and it was ridiculous. Anyway, so the winner of these competitions would end up getting a title shot at any pay-per-view they wanted. But of course, none of them ever won a championship. Not Wade Barrett, not, I think it was Low Key, or as he was known in WWE, Cabal. And Caitlyn, I don't even think she was given an opportunity at the championship. I don't remember. The other winners, I don't even remember. But after the disappointment with the ratings for for NXT, WWE decided to do something different. They wanted to make a change. So around 2012, after WWE closed Florida Championship Wrestling, which was a what they used to develop their new stars to be brought to the main roster, they decided to make NXT the new location to develop their young rising stars. So it was given a new life, and this is what we got. NXT was brought back to life, and is what we have now. It was at first slow. It started off slowly, the momentum they were getting. But after a while, and after bringing in new talent, they started to have something here. And I was a bit skeptical about it at first, but after a while, like many other fans, I actually got behind the NXT bandwagon, and I was looking forward to seeing these young rising stars come to the main roster. I mean, we've seen many of them do that already. I mean, Seth Rollins became the first ever NXT champion. He came over to the main roster with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, and they formed the Shield. Bray Wyatt as well. This guy, along with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, both the NXT Tag Team Champions, former tag champions, over, and they were very impressive. The same with Big E, became the second NXT champion. Bo Dallas, the third NXT champion, and we even had the NXT Women's Championship title be brought to NXT, and one of the longest reigning NXT champions, Paige, came to the main roster. And yeah, I mean, NXT started to have something here, especially with so many more young talents they were bringing in. And they even gave some other young talents opportunities as well. To from the main roster, some came over to NXT to help give new life to their careers, and it helped a lot of them. Cesaro, it helped them a lot, especially with his rivalry with Sami Zayn, Damien Sandow, and even Tyson Kidd. I mean, this guy is doing so well on NXT. He's doing so well right now on the main roster with Cesaro. So, yeah, I mean, so many of these young talents are doing so well, and I'm very happy at how successful that NXT is doing, and it's really becoming the future for WWE. And NXT's special shows like Arrival, the first takeover, the Fatal Four Way takeover, and the last takeover from December. That all four of them were amazing. All had great matches, and the last one I saw was just awesome, especially with the young talents like Hideo Itami, uh, Finn Balor, Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. All of them had an opportunity to go out there and had some great matches, especially the women and the tag team division. I mean, oh my God, this is all phenomenal. This is a great place to watch some real awesome wrestling. And the last night's NXT's takeover rival is another proof of that. So let me go over some of the stuff that happened at the show. We started off the show with Tyler Breeze versus Hideo Itami. It was a good way to start the show. It was a good match. It didn't last very long, but it was a good match between these two. And Tyler Breeze, I gotta tell you, the last time I saw him at an NXT event was, I think, the Fatal Four Way one, and he did pretty well there. And this one, he has improved. He even got more reaction from the crowd than I actually thought he would. And these two had a good match, and in the end, Hideo won the match, but it was still pretty good. Next one was Baron Corbin versus Bull Dempsey, their third match, I think, third or fourth, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It was no disqualification match. Not bad, but near the end, Baron kind of botched up a move when he was trying to get Bull over the top rope. Instead, he got over the top rope himself, and the crowd kind of died down away from him, and they kind of messed up. They should have brought in chairs, tables for this match, but they didn't. But in the end, Corbin, I think he's doing pretty well. I would not be surprised if he had a rivalry with Kevin Owens. That would be pretty good. But right now, he needs a rivalry that could help him get over more, show more of his wrestling skills, and just have more great matches. The next one was the NXT Tag Team Champions, Buddy Murphy and Wesley Blake, against the Lucha Dragons, the former champions. Again, another good tag match between these two teams. I was looking forward to it, especially how this was Murphy and Blake's first title defense since winning the NXT tag title. So a lot of people were wondering if these guys were going to do well. And you know what? I was one of those people too that was concerned that these guys were not going to get over. But after it started off slow, but after a while, the crowd got more behind the champions and less with the Dragons. And, well, I can actually see Murphy and Blake doing well as tag champions. They retain their titles, and I cannot wait to see what happens when these guys go up against more teams. And who knows? You might see them on the main roster as well. The next match, this one, in my view, stole the show. It was Adrian Neville and Finn Balor one-on-one. This was the match that stole the show. These guys won an awesome match. I mean, I know a lot of people, like some of the young talents we have in the main roster, like Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, and other young guys. But these two, Adrian Neville and Finn Balor, I mean, I cannot wait to see what else they can do on the main roster. But right now, they did well against each other. They start off slow, but these guys know each other so well that they know how to make a good match. They start off slowly, got the crowd behind them a little more. Then they were able to hit high flying moves, even use their kicks. And I mean, one time there was one move that Finn actually did that actually got a lot of fans hyped up. And besides Adrian Neville doing that corkscrew moonsault, I think that's what it was. I don't know. It was a phenomenal move there, but Finn, he hit a double drop kick, well, drop kick again mostly, to Neville through the barricade. He knocked the barricade off, and got the crowd, cheering behind Balor. And he even hit a double foot stomp to Neville in the back of the head. And I thought that was it. I thought he was done, but no, the match kept going, and it was awesome to see these two men going at it, and hearing that crowd just chant for these two guys. It was perfect. In the end, Finn won the match, and there was some respect between him and Neville. And I cannot wait to see if this means Neville's going to the main roster, or if Finn Balor and Neville are going to continue their rivalry. I don't know, but I cannot wait to see these two guys face off again. The next match, Charlotte defending her title against Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. Another awesome match. I'm very disappointed at the Divas. Okay, the Divas, if they have such great talents, especially Divas like Natalia, Naomi, Paige, if they have such great talent, why isn't WWE giving these women a chance to show them off? I mean, look at the NXT women. I mean, they're awesome. This match is proof of it. All right, it was an awesome four-way match between all four women. I mean, I actually predicted Sasha or Bayley winning the title, and they got more cheers from the fans than Charlotte or even, Becky, who, in her first title match, it wasn't bad. She actually did pretty well, and, I think it was a good thing they added her into this match, and I could not wait to see what happens. This was an awesome match. All four of these women hitting high top moves. Bayley hitting a belly to belly from the top rope to Charlotte. I thought that was it, but no. It wasn't. This was just a phenomenal match between these women, and I can't believe it. I mean, if the Divas could do something like that, then it would be awesome. We would have an awesome match. That's why I hope Paige wins the title, wins the Divas title, and has a rivalry with Natalia and Naomi. I mean, hell, make it a triple threat match at WrestleMania. That would be awesome. In the end, Sasha won the title, and there was some respect between her and Charlotte at the end, and the crowd got behind both women. But I had hope Bayley would win the title. Maybe she will, but right now, Sasha, congratulations, and can't wait to see what happens next. And this is the match that I had mixed feelings about. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens for the NXT title. Both guys got a lot of cheers from the fans. They got behind both men because they know these men. And that's what I love about the NXT fans, because they know who these guys are. Unlike WWE's fans, they don't know who these guys are. But on NXT, they do. They know who these guys are. They know who their history, the matches they've had at Ring of Honor. It was awesome. It was awesome to hear that, and the fans got behind. They got behind mostly Kevin, though. It was very surprising, but hey, it was a good match. The reason I had mixed feelings about this was because of the ending. But before I get to that, like with Neville and Balor, it started off slow at first, but it later built up to be a good match. I love how well it went, and was looking forward to seeing how it was going to end. That's where I had a problem with it. Sami Zayn I thought he actually suffered a concussion, but it looked like he was okay until he went for his finisher. He stopped just before he could hit it and went back to the corner. He tried it again. Kevin Owens hit him with several power bombs until the referee decided, you know what, Sami Zayn can't continue. Owens wins the title. I had a problem with this because this was Sami's first title defense. So to him to lose it like that, it was disappointing. However, I like it because I was concerned that we were not going to let Kevin Owens be himself. But no, they actually did. They let this guy go out there and be the monster that he was in Ring of Honor. So it was awesome to see that. I was happy that they were giving this guy the opportunity, and he is the perfect monster heel for NXT. He's the perfect heel because he is destructive, he's dangerous, and unlike many guys that around his weight or size, he could do some pretty cool moves. So I was looking forward to seeing what else was going to happen with him now on the main roster. I'm sorry, the NXT roster, and I can't wait to see what else happens. But yeah, disappointed Sammy lost, but Kevin, hopefully they have something for these two as the time goes on. So I can't wait to see what happens next. So yeah, this is a great example of how well NXT has done. I mean, they were able to go out there and have another successful special, and they were able to go out there and get the crowds going. I mean, they have a great roster, they have great matches, good storylines. The crowd is awesome because they know a great wrestling match when they see it, and that's the big difference between them and the main roster. So I'm very happy for that. For WWE, I think they need to see that NXT is indeed the big future for them because they've got what they need to be a successful brand. What they need to do now is give these guys a 2-hour TV slot, so that way the young talents can show what else they can do, and that way they can be known on TV because not a lot of fans have the WWE network. So whenever they come over to the main roster, the fans don't know them. So that's why they gotta give these guys and gals TV time so the fans know and promote these NXT some more. That's the only way that I can see that NXT can become a great future. Another is with Spike TV now, without TNA, maybe WWE can make a deal with them, and they have history with Spike, so they can make a deal with them, give put NXT on Spike TV. That way, WWE can not only have Spike TV, USA, and Sci-Fi channels, just for wrestling, but they can get more crowd to come and see all these young talents and the future of WWE. I mean, that's the only way I can see NXT can get any kind of future. Get more young talents time, 2-hour time, put them on TV. That way they can be well known and fans will know about them, and give them pay-per-views. I mean, I don't mind the NXT specials; they're pretty good, but I think we should have pay-per-views now for these guys. I mean, that, in my view, is what's best for business. So, I mean, if you guys have a different opinion about NXT, though, I mean, if you think that they're not the future, or if you think that whatever you think they need to do to improve their product, then leave some comments below and let me know what you think. I'll be here next time for WWE's Fastlane to give the results for it. So take care, guys, and see you all next time.